Assalamu alaikum and welcome viewers to my channel. Um, Today we are going to continue our journey related to exploring the traffic mismanagement, cost to the humanity and economy for the cities, major cities in Pakistan. So today the two cities those I will be covering are Hyderabad and Sakka. So I'll be talking about them. Um, just to say the purpose behind this series is the same, to tell the city managers and all concerned individuals in authority, with or without uniform, that these are Pakistani cities and Pakistani peoples who continue to suffer due to their neglect despite continuing paying taxes and fees and bills with equivalent without any equivalent facilities and benefits. So let me start by the city of Hyderabad. Um, or I will give you a hint. The most shocking find of this vlog is that there are traffic emissions related to traffic and emissions related deaths, 600 deaths per year on average, or in other words, one every 14 hours. So let's start the journey. The choke zones of Hyderabad, Indus Highway, Hala Naka, and Latifabad industrial zones. Hyderabad is, or at least was meant to be Sindh's trade hub, and to a certain extent it is still today. Now it has become a parking lot for nearly 10,000 trucks, and the cost 8 billion Pakistani rupees a year. Rotting goods and stolen time. It's not traffic, it's trauma. Each idle truck chokes not just roads, but lives. Hyderabad traffic, the three crisis zones you can see on the slide, is the daily picture of how the industrial trucks are choking a city with no alternative road or bypass to use. Key stats, vehicle grew from 1995 to 2024, the 30-year analysis, from zero point 0.2 million to 1.1 million. Deaths that used to be around 75 now have increased to approximately 600 plus per year. Uh, the resources are, or the sources are in front of you. Economic losses have grown up from 2 billion to 8 billion, four times. That's a World Bank report, whereas the emission PM 2.5, the most strangest one of the air pollution that causes significant deaths, is has come up from 38 to 89. And the bribes at checkpoints, nearly 1.2 billion per year. Transparency International, Pakistan, 2023. So the traffic grew 5.5 times worse, but the real crisis is the industrial trucks. Every hour, 50 tons of textile get delayed, costing $200,000 in cancelled orders and fuel wastages. This is Sindh Chamber Report 2023. Textile delays cause 12% annual export losses. But that is not all. Hyderabad's vehicle grew 5.5 times since 1995, but infrastructure hasn't. As a result, we see this mega increase in the PM 2.5 air pollution. Quality impact, what happens when the trucks keep parking, running in the hot weather? Heat and humidity damage cotton silk in non-air conditioned trucks. They absorb moisture in jams, average 45 degrees centigrade at Latifabad. Result, mold, fading, downgraded to B grade, sold at 30% loss. This is also a source from the Sindh Chamber 2023 report. Park rupees 3 billion year per year loss, up to 3 billion. Diesel wasted one truck is approximately 5 liters an hour. Labor overtime, drivers paid extra, that's separate. It is likely the city and province management is turning a blind eye to this mayhem, deliberately setting factory on fire. It is equivalent to setting a factory on fire every evening that is producing 50 tons of export quality textiles. To that extent, we are wasting because of non-management of traffic. Example I can give you is a trucker on Indus Highway breathes 89 microgram of per cubic meter of PM 2.5, equivalent to smoking 9 cigarettes a day. That's Sindh Health Department. So three crisis zones: Indus Highway Junction, nearly 10,000 plus trucks every day, 45 minutes delay on average, Port Qasim Authority. Hala Naka rickshaw truck clashes, 40% of accidents are because of these two. Latifabad Industrial Zone, nearly 3 billion per year lost in factory delays. That's Sindh Chamber report. So Indus Highway Junction is where Pakistan exports go to die. 1 hour delay at Hala Naka, missed port cutoff, shipment rolls over to next week, buyers cancels or impose 20% penalties. Trucks here idle for 5 to 6 hours a day, while factory workers lose wages waiting because at times they are told to go home, no more work, come tomorrow. And when they do that, they lose their hourly wages. Hyderabad is a spinal nerve of our trade routes. Let keep it going on. Health and corruption, textile workers 50% higher asthma rate. Signal jams, 70% of traffic lights non-functional. That's KMC audit 2024. Bribe hotspots, Pak rupees 500 per year, 500 million, sorry, per year at Hala Naka. That's FIA Sindh. So Hyderabad's traffic isn't just slow, it's lethal. Textile workers inhale toxins while officials pocket 500 million a year to ignore broken signals. This isn't just about missed opportunities or appointments. It's about 10 years old inhaling truck suit instead of playground clean air. The 70% of traffic signals non-functionality, is it a technical fault or a signal scam? It isn't just negligence, it's appear more a deliberate revenue stream. Why I say so? 70% broken light means more chaos, means more bribes. Culprits and solutions. So Sindh Highway Department diverted Pak rupees 48 million from repair to flyovers. Dawn 2023. Truck mafia paid nearly 200 million per month to bypass weighing station. Imagine. AI signals at Indus junctions cost Pakistan rupees about 500 million, whereas 24/7, this is solution. Uh, Way stations can save Pak rupees 2 billion a year in road damages. Ignoring this crisis adds another 10 billion to road damages and lost productivity over 5 years. And then we complain we are losing our export contracts to other countries. It's all linked. The next city, Sakha, the iconic bridge, which in this picture looks very nice, no traffic. Picture must be taken very early in the morning and most likely on a weekend. Sakha bypassed the second culprit zone, the high crisis zone area. So Sakha's economic significance stems from its strategic location, fertile lands, and the Sakha barrage, the irrigation water supply system, which has transformed the region into major agricultural and trading hub. The city also boasts a diverse industrial base and serve as a transportation and commercial center for the surrounding areas. Sakha economy is heavily reliant on agriculture, particularly the produce from northern Sindh farms. The city has attracted various industries including chemical manufacturing, metalworks, and cement manufacturing, thanks to its connectivity and infrastructure. Transportation hub. That's where the problem starts. Sakkar is a major transportation node, well connected by road and rail to the rest of Pakistan, facilitating trade and economic activity. And this Sakkar bridge handles 60% of Sindh Punjab trade, yet it's held together by rust and prayers. Yes, prayers. In other words, 60% of the north south artery depends on the bridge held by the bolts over a century old. The picture shows a rare happy moment of the bridge with no trucks on it. Sakha Bridge corruption, the phantom repairs, spark rupees 300 million a year in bribes to skip inspections. FIA Sakha 2023 reports trackers pay Pak rupees 5,000 per overloaded vehicle to bypass weighing checks. Whistleblower quote, who didn't want it to be named, the bridge shakes, but the bribes keep it officially safe. This is an institutional failure. This is FIA's confidential interview 2023, the spokesperson who wished to remain anonymous. Pak rupees 2 billion repair funds vanished in 2020 to 2022. Transparency International Pakistan reports funds marked for steel girder replacements were paid to three shell companies with no construction history. Source Transparency International Pakistan Sindh Infrastructure Report 2022. Page number provided. The Sakha Bridge isn't just crumbling, it's a crime scene. In 2022, 2 billion rupees meant for steel repairs vanished into ghost companies. Imagine 2 billion vanished. That's enough to build most, if not all, of Latifabad's road. One contractor was a house in Sakkar's slum. Didn't exist it. Meanwhile, trucker pay 300 million per year to keep dodging inspections, while the bridge shakes under double its weight limit. This isn't a neglect, it's almost an organized crime. Hyderabad corruption is low level. Bribes 1.2 billion, result broken signal chaos. But in Sakha, it's elite capture. 2 billion rupees plus court cases and bridge collapse risks keeps on going, which can paralyze the trade. Uh, I have been not. I'm not sure, but I just I think couple of days back I was investigating to see where we stand now, and I saw a picture inaugurating this Sakha Bridge once again in 2025. Um, but my report is primarily based up to 2024, 23, 22 to 24 data, mostly 23 and 24. So I'm not too sure how much real work has gone behind the Sakha Bridge this time and how effective it will be. So maybe in 6 months to or so, I'll do a recap on this to make my viewers know who aren't living in Sakha how the things are going. So my recommendations, however, are for succor judicial pressure that the 2023 court case must lead to contract cancellations and recovery of the stolen funds. 2 billion is a lot of money. Transparency public audit must be conducted of all LG ministers linked, local government ministers linked contracts since 2010. Federal oversight, given local political capture, involve national anti-corruption bodies, NAB. Let's see what they do, if they do anything positively. And we shouldn't be too skeptical. Hopefully, they may be able to do something. So, takeaway is Sukkur's traffic failures are symptomatic of political corruption, while Hyderabad's stem from systemic institutional decay. Both requires anti-graft measures, but Sukkur's fixes need top-down political will. I'll move on. Sukkur bridge corruption, the phantom repairs continue. So, what were the things have so far not covered properly is ghost contractors and fake materials. NDMA audit 2022, Park rupees for 50 million billed for high tense steel delivers substandard scrap metal. 200 million Park rupees paid to firm registered to a Sakha residential address, no office. Political protection provided. Sindh High Court case 2023, contractor tied to Sindh LG minister's relative dawn January 2023. So the reason why the case was either delayed or no final conclusion has been done. Human cost 2023 near collapse, 12 hours closure after cracks widened. 1.2 billion Pak rupees in trade losses. That's Sakha Chamber's report. Bridge issue is real and catastrophic, as the reports in the MA 2023 inspections found 40% over threshold stress fractures. PEC warned of imminent partial collapse in 2022. This isn't hyperbole. NDMA's emergency report shows 3 girders at 140% load capacity. Every overload truck is gambling with lives. Why no audit of funds? Why no after repairs inspection? Analysis of Sindh High Court case. Key allegations: a contractor linked to a Sindh local government ministers was implicated in a corruption case, as per the Dawn January 2023. January report likely tied to the park rupees 2 billion vanished repair funds mentioned earlier. We mentioned earlier for Sakha, explaining why the bridge hasn't been repaired since 2010. Sorry. Patron of corruption, Hyderabad bribes are decentralized checkpoints. Daily harassment. In Sakha, it is centralized at the top. Impact: accountability avoidance. Political protection shields culprits. Hence, no repairs despite court cases. Economic loss: 5 billion per year. Trade delays persist because critical projects like bridge repairs are stalled by graft. Solutions for the two cities. Hyderabad traffic signals will just cost 500 million. Smart sync for Indus Highway junction to cut delay by 30%. That's World Bank pilot data. 24/7 weighing station should be there operating. Stop overload trucks can save Pak rupees 2 billion in road repairs. Textile corridor pass dedicated lane for export trucks from Latifabad to Port Qasim can cut delays by 50%. Corruption hotline. Anonymous FIA reported bribes. For example, Hala Naka, Pak rupees 500 per year scam. Sukkur solutions. Bypass tunnel. Already report submitted for 10 billion rupees cost. Divert can divert 80% heavy traffic from crumbling bridge. This is NDMA approved report. Drone surveillance catches can catch overloaded trucks in real time as used in Punjab 2024. Emergency bridges repair. NDMA led audit to recover stolen, it should be, to the 2 billion rupees. That's what Transparency International demands as well. Public accountability portal be there so you can live stream bridge repair progress to stop ghost contractors. You have seen the chaos. Now this is what we have suggested for the fix. In summary, let me repeat: Hyderabad AI signals aren't sci-fi. Lahore cut jams by 40% at the places it has installed. And a textile corridor means factories won't lose $200,000 per hour waiting at Hala Naka. For Sakha, that bypass tunnel, it's cheaper than another bridge collapse, and drones can expose 200 overload trucks in Multan last month. Imagine that happens in Sakha. So call, I suggest you, the viewers, my friends, you can play a role, tag Sindh government to demand actions. Let's not just wait for another 30 years to keep things going as it is. Comparative analysis of both cities. Let me sum it up. Issues death 600 or plus per year in Hyderabad, 8 times increased since 1995. 200 plus Sakha and bridge can collapse. So that's the warning. Economic losses nearly 8 billion per year in Hyderabad textiles, whereas 5 billion in trade delays because of Sakha traffic mismanagement. Corruption nearly 1.2 billion in Hyderabad checkpoints, whereas in Sakha we saw in just one instance 2 billion rupees getting vanished in repair funds, which never took place. Infrastructure signals 70% broken in Hyderabad, bridge last repaired in 2010. Moving on, I time to say thank you and for listening. And I will continue this journey. In my next journey, I most likely will take up Faisalabad and probably Multan. So till then, look after yourself, take care, and it's goodbye. Khuda Hafiz from my side.